we're in a reading crisis in our state. And Act 20, I think, is a great first step. And I think at this point, where right now it's like stuck in the courts. And if I were in DPI, I have relationships with both the legislature and the governor's office or anyone that wants to put kids first. So I don't think at this point it would be there. We'd be able to, the money, when I'm talking about the money part of it. So I think it's really important. We have schools. I'm working in schools also and partnering with schools where we are providing one-on-one high-impact tutoring. And then also making sure that phonics and reading comprehension is being taught in K through second. And a lot of schools have bought the research and evidence-based curriculum, and we want to make sure that they are getting reimbursed like they were promised. And I know that Representative Kitchens is working on a bill to make sure if the money is held up that it's kept back so it doesn't go back into the surplus. So I think it is really important, and I think that's something to build on. Because that money is held up in the Capitol, schools are being asked to do this work, teachers are being asked to do this training without having the funds to make it possible. Now, where I'm superintendent, we chose to adopt a science of reading resource before the law was passed. And so this has been a relatively easy move for our team to make. But there are a lot of other teams across the state that are being asked to have it. It's a huge lift to do all of this work at once when there aren't any resources to make sure that schools can actually get this done. I also think that there's a leadership challenge at the DPI that I think the current state superintendent and leadership team has failed on this in sending a message that, we know that this is what the law says, but we're not going to come and check to see if you're doing it. And I don't want the DPI to be like an accountability police. I want the DPI to be a partner, but sending a message out there that, no one's really going to know if you're not doing this is the wrong message. And I think that's part of the reason why there are people in the legislature that have chosen to keep that money out of the schools and in the state capitol.
Who was notably absent as well was the incumbent, Jill Underly, who said she had a scheduling conflict, but she did participate in a press conference earlier in the day in Madison. She was there until about 11 a.m. Then she went back, she said, to a UW Board of Regents, but the forum was also hosted during the lunch break on the Board of Regents, so, you could go back and forth, but when it comes to, the political angle of this as well, JR, if you're the incumbent, you're most likely going to advance. You never know. So why, put yourself at risk at a forum?